We're live, Julie.
Hi, everybody. Welcome to the Ask Julie Ryan Show. It's where we blend spirituality and practicality to help you live a life of purpose and joy. Couple of reminders. Number one, angelic attendant training, May 16th and 17th, online via Zoom, live. It's about 14 hours. It's over a whole weekend. And we're offering a scholarship. Scholarship applications are being accepted right now until the 30th. So they're open from March 15th to March 30th. If you want to apply for a full scholarship, just go to askjulieryan.com/class askjulieryan.com/class. And my graduates choose the winner and then they tell me who they chose. So I had Franny on, who's a graduate last week, and she's the one that oversees all of it. And they love doing it. They love reading the applications and they love that I don't have anything to do with it. I just announce the winner because I let them choose. So angelic attendant training, May 16th and 17th. If you want to join us, you can go to askjulieryan.com/AAT. And if you want to apply for this scholarship, just go to askjulieryan.com/class. Also, speaking of classes, we have Angels and Enlightenment Training, AET, we call that. That's online, self-paced. It's a couple hours worth of videos. And then we have medical intuition training, couple hours worth of videos. And all of my classes come with live practice groups. That's the secret sauce. That's when your skills really ramp up. So all of those classes are available. We're going to be announcing somebody who's won the AET class later in the show. So you want to stay tuned in case you're the winner. And then we'll get you into the class and get you into the practice groups. Okay, Chris, let's go ahead and get going. Who's our first caller? Hi, Julie. Ruth from West Palm Beach, Florida. I feed and fix 7 community cats at Mama Kitty has suddenly disappeared. All right. After feeding her for 4 years, Mama Kitty is the cat that's disappeared. I'm trying to make sense of this. Has she transitioned or has a neighbor taken her in? Thanks. Okay, Ruth. What we're gonna do is I'm gonna raise my vibrational level to the level of spirit. I'm gonna hook into you, and then we're gonna find Mama Kitty. Here we go. Here comes my laser beam from Sweet Home, Alabama, heading down to West Palm. All right, got you. Shooting energy from you to Mama Kitty. I guess she's still alive. Uh, is she on the loose? Is she out on a wild ride someplace? I get a yes. I get that she'll return. I think you'll see her again. I don't believe she's gone. I'm not getting that she's deceased. So I believe she'll come back and let us know when she does. Come back in and send us a message. So thank you for all of your help with those cats. My goodness. Wow. Thanks, Ruth. Good luck. I hope you find her. Okay, we're at askjulieryanshow.com if you want to have a conversation with me. We are at Ask Julie Ryan on the YouTube live stream. Samantha's over there. She's helping people. Please put your first name and where you're located in the chat with your question. If you need any help, Samantha's there. And then we've got Chris on the main dashboard. So he's the captain of the ship, as always. Delighted to have my team with me. They are extraordinary, as you can tell. So, Chris, who's next? Hi, is it Tamara or Tamara?
It's Tamara.
Tamara. Hi, Tamara. Where are you
I can't
located?
believe I'm on. I am in Medicine Hat, Alberta, Canada. So I'm
Okay.
south of Calgary. Yeah.
Oh, terrific. Well, welcome. How may I help you this evening?
I'm just wondering if you could do a body scan.
Sure. On you?
Yes, please.
Yeah. What's going on? We'll pick one symptom just to get as many people on
Okay.
as we can. A full body
Yeah.
scan,
Oh,
schedule an appointment. We'll have an
okay.
hour. We'll do the full Monty. But do you have
So
one thing
maybe
that we
that,
can do?
well, the underlying cause perhaps of the mast cell
You have mast
activation.
cell response?
Hmm.
Okay. For those of you that don't know what mast cell is, it's just a immune response that can cause a plethora of symptoms. And it's kind of like your bucket's full of inflammation. And then one little trigger can make your bucket overflow and you'll get symptoms. And the symptoms can be all across the board. And so people say, well, that doesn't make sense because these symptoms aren't related because they're in different parts of the body. But they're all related because it's all the same body and you're in a heightened immune response. So here we go. Tamara, I am heading north. All right, laser beam coming from Sweet Home, Alabama. Got you. Shooting energy from your feet up through the top of your head. Yes, you do have mast cell. What it looks like to me is cells that are clear and they're kinda oval, and then they have a red dot in them. That's what mast cell looks to me when I get it in my head. So going in, how is your GI tract? Looks to me like you have leaky gut, looks to me like you have GI issues, stomach issues, pain, bloating, gas, the runs sometimes stopped up other
Hmm.
times, all of that. Yeah. So you have what's known as leaky gut and you have yeast overgrowth. Have you heard of
Okay.
that before?
Yep,
Yeah,
definitely. Yeah.
yeah. So, while I'm talking, I'm watching the healing, I'm gonna describe it to you. I want you to envision what I'm describing. Everybody listening or watching, please do the same, because 'cause we're all gonna send healing up to Tamara in Canada, and so, what it looks like to me, Tamara, is if you look at sausage link, it's the ground up meat inside a casing, and
Hmm.
the casing is really, really fine. That's what our intestinal lining looks like. So if we took that sausage link and we made little slits with a paring knife or a box cutter, that's what it looks like in your intestines. And when they're not really slits, what they are, they're separations from the
Hmm.
inflammation. The cell wall separates, and then microscopic particles of food and toxins from the gut, which is the sewer of the body, gets into the bloodstream, and the body goes, "Oh, crap," literally, "We're under attack, batten down the hatches," and it makes the cell membranes tough because it's trying to keep out the invaders. It's an immune response. And that's good that it keeps out the invaders, but at the same time, it keeps out the vitamins and the nutrients and the hormones and brain
Hmm.
chemicals and all that jazz. So here's what you can do while I'm stitching it up. Good thing we're girls, we can multitask. What I would suggest is stay low on the food chain. If God made it, eat it. If man made it in a factory, do your best to avoid it. Stay
Okay.
it's basically stay low keto, you know, stay away from the carbs. Yeast loves sugar, loves anything that's refined. Crackers, cookies, chips, pasta, bread, whatever. Stay away from that
Okay.
stuff. Not for life, just in the short run. That's number 1. Number 2, stay away from fermented anything. Wine,
Hmm.
beer, alcohol, kimchi, sauerkraut, yogurt, vinegar, soy sauce, kombucha, whatever, pickles. Anything that's fermented you wanna avoid while you have yeast overgrowth. It's good for your stomach otherwise, but when you have yeast overgrowth, your gut is already a fermentation factory, and when we eat or drink something fermented, it's like pouring gasoline on a fire. It's just gonna exacerbate it. That's number 2. Number 3, if you're gonna eat fruit, peel it. There's
Okay.
tons of yeast on the peel. I don't expect you to peel a blueberry or a grape, but certainly an apple, a peach, pear, a plum. Buy organic as much as you can. Do that.
Okay.
Never put a slice of lemon or lime in a drink ever again for the rest of your life.
Okay.
And freeze and reheat leftovers. And then you're gonna wanna get a hold of nystatin.
Okay.
Nystatin, which is an antifungal, and they give it
Okay.
to babies that have thrush. So, it's really gentle, it detoxes. The other thing you can do is get some Beam minerals, BEAM, Beam
Okay.
minerals. Go to askjulieryan.com, go on my sponsors tab, you'll see a link for it right there, or go to beamminerals.com/Julie Ryan, and you'll get a 20% discount. Not only do we need minerals, most of us walk around with about 40% of the minerals that we need to be healthy, but especially when you have malabsorption issues like you do right now,
Yeah.
you need them even more. And the minerals will the toxins in your body will get cleaned out with the minerals. The minerals act like magnets, and it's very gentle in the system. Instead of
Okay.
doing a yeast cleanse or a liver cleanse or something that's really too much detox too fast, the Beam Minerals will do it really gently. So I'm a huge fan. And that's beamminerals.com/Julie Ryan, or go to askjulieryan.com and you'll see where the sponsors page is and you'll find it on there. So I hope
That's
that helps.
awesome.
You will
Thank
completely
you so
heal.
much.
You will not have any long-term issues with it. So
Oh,
that's what's
thank
going
you.
on. And
Appreciate you so much.
you bet all that inflammation's gonna go away too. So, hope
I'm
you
on
feel
it.
better. Okay,
Thank you.
thanks.
Bye.
Feel better. We're at askjulieryanshow.com if you wanna have a conversation with me. If you are coming in through the YouTube live stream, or at Ask Julie Ryan. Chris, it looks like my internet is getting kinda wonky here for a second. I'm not sure what's going on with that. My connections are good, but, um, let's go ahead and see what we can do on that. But looks like we're
I
having
was
some
just on her
issues,
show
so
live.
hopefully it'll come back on. All right. Let me send a note here to Tim, who's probably on the internet. Let me ask him to get off the internet. Hang on one second, because we're having some issues here. He'll be thrilled. Ah, there we go. See if that helps. Okay, let's take another question. My name is Constance. My brother Willie knees hurt. My brother Willie's knees hurt so bad he stopped walking. Could you scan him to see if there's hope for his knees? Yeah. Okay, Constance, where are you? Please put that in the chat too, so we can get that. All right. Oh, Tim just got off the internet, you guys, and it cleared up. We got a new service, so he thought he could watch TV while I'm doing this. Stream. So, sometimes you just got to rein them in. All right. Chris, can you put that back up? I think it was Constance. There we go. Thank you. Her brother, Willie. Constance, let Samantha know where you are, please, so we can do that. Here we go. Here comes my laser beam from Sweet Home, Alabama. We're going to connect into you and going from you to your brother, Willie. Willie, may I scan you? Durham, North Carolina. Okay. May I scan you? I'm talking to your sister, Constance. He goes, yeah. So good job. I don't know if you set that up ahead of time, but he's gonna let me scan him. Let me go in. Ooh, left one looks worse than the right. Yeah, it's like his joints are, especially the left one, it looks like it's disintegrating. It's kind of crumbling. Like if you have a rock or a piece of cement, you get little crumbles off of it because it's wearing off. All right, let's see what we can do on this. Let's just do a new joint on the left. Let me look at the right, see what's going on there. He needs double knee replacements, Constance. Get him in. It's outpatient surgery for knees. He's going to be a new man when you get that. But in the meantime, let's replace the joints. Imagine there's a mold. Let's do his left leg first because that looks worse. Imagine there's a mold like a plastics mold. And imagine it's the perfect mold that's going to match what his knee joint's supposed to look like. So stem cell energy is going in there. Constance looks like a light amber colored gel, has sparkles in it because it's woo-woo. Gotta have sparkles. Reminds me of Dippity Doo hair gel from the 60s and 70s. So it's in there, it's filling up. There's a vortex spinning above it. That vortex is going to transform the stem cell energy into new whatever body part we need. This is my favorite stuff to use, you guys, because it'll fix anything. And then same thing on the right side. So there's a mold. Think of a plastics mold, stem cell energy in there. It has its own vortex going on. All right. So what we're doing is I'm watching on the left leg. We're going to do that first. All the plumbing's getting clamped off. We're removing the diseased joint. The new joint is being put in. All the plumbing's being hooked back up. And then we're going to do the same thing on the right leg. Diseased joints being taken out, new joints going in, all the plumbing's hooked up. Both of them are online now. It's so fun, you guys. When a new body part, like an organ or a joint or something, comes online, it lights up. It's like it's backlit, and I hear this diesel motor sound start in my head. Think of a 18-wheeler truck or a motorcycle like a Harley ramping up, starting up, that noise. So the healings have happened on the energetic level, Constance, which means when he goes and has the surgery, it's going to be a breeze. Because remember, healing is kind of like a puzzle. There are lots of pieces that go into the healing equation. Energy healing, what I help with, Eastern medicine, Western medicine, homeopathic medicine, holistic medicine, all of that. And that's all going to help him heal, but he needs double joint replacements in his knees. So I hope that helps. You're a sweet sister to write in for him and to get him some relief. Hopefully, in the meantime, that'll help the pain. I added anti-inflammatory energy too, which is a royal blue color. Inflammation looks like red fog on body parts, and anti-inflammatory energy is the royal blue color that you'd see like in a refreezable ice pack. So I hope that helps. Thanks for joining us. All right, we're at AskJulieRyanShow.com. If you want to have a conversation with me, we're at Ask Julie Ryan on the YouTube live stream. Stay with us because we're going to announce the winner of a class here in a little bit. That's my Angels and Enlightenment Training self-paced online class. And it'll be fun to see who that is. It's always fun when the winner will send us an email and they'll say, "Oh my gosh, I was driving to work and I was listening to your show and I heard my name called." If you want to be considered for the drawing, we give away a free class every month. I give away a free class on my live, which is next Tuesday, which is, I believe, the 24th of March. Let me look at my calendar here. And yes, the 24th. That's from 8 to 10 Eastern. It's like the show, but it's 2 hours. We get a whole bunch of people on, get their questions answered. So if you want to join us for that, just go to askjulieryan.com/live. That's askjulieryan.com/live. And I give away a free session that night. I give away several classes every month at that. So if you want to be considered to win a free class or a free session, either come to my live or leave a review wherever you listen to the show. And that's on any podcast network, on YouTube. You can leave a review for any of my books on Amazon. We take reviews from everywhere. Okay, Chris, who's next? Leo. Hi, Leo.
My husband is Leo. I'm on his machine.
Oh,
I'm on
great.
his computer. I'm Mary from
Hi,
Georgetown,
Mary.
Massachusetts.
Hi, Mary. I didn't think you were a Leo, but I thought maybe that was your
You never
nickname.
know.
You
No.
never know. You're on his machine. How cute are you?
Here he is.
You're on his computer. Yeah.
His
Yeah.
computer.
His computer. I love it.
So
How may I help you?
I'm not calling for myself. I'm calling for my dear sister-in-law, married
Yeah.
to my brother, my older
Right.
brother.
What's
And
her name?
she's in a
What's her first
Her name
name?
is Eileen.
Eileen. Okay. Is she in
And
Mass with you? Is she close by?
No, she's not close by. She's in a hospital in Wynwood, Pennsylvania.
Okay.
It's outside of Philadelphia.
Okay. Great. What's going on with Irene?
Eileen.
Eileen. I'm sorry.
She last August past August, she had a heart operation to repair her mitral valve. It went well. It didn't. When they opened her up, I think it was a lot worse than they expected. But she got pretty much back to normal life. 2 weeks ago, she was fainting, and my brother took her to the hospital. And I thought they were going to put a stent in for perhaps the artery got blocked with scar tissue or something, but it seems as though it's her heart is only working at like 13%
Oh,
or so.
geez. Oh, no.
So they want to put, there's a suggestion to put in a left ventricular assist device, which is a LVAD. And what I'm calling to find out is if she's a candidate for it. She's 75 years old. And, I want to know what kind of outcome to expect.
I get a yes, that will help her a lot. I get it's in her best interest to, if they feel that they want to put that in, to go ahead and let them do that. I heard what you said, what kind of outcome can you expect? I heard the word superb. I don't know that I've ever heard that before from spirit. I heard when you said, I'm trying to figure out what kind of outcome to expect. I heard a superb outcome. That's pretty emphatic, I would say, coming from spirit. I'd like to get her on my radar if she'll let me and see
Yes,
what we
yeah.
can
Check with her.
see what's going on. Does she have a pacemaker too?
No,
No? Are they talking about what is this device that they're talking about? I'm not familiar with it. What is it going to do?
how it works is it pumps the blood. It's
Yeah,
essentially your heart. What
right.
happened, they put this device under the left part of your heart, and then they have like a cable that comes out of your body and hooks to a battery pack
Mm,
situation.
okay.
And you have to always keep that charged. And, that's mentally, that's such a scary
Yeah,
notion
right.
to have your heart outside of your body.
And a hassle to have
And you're
to.
carrying it around in a satchel, a
Yeah,
bag, wherever
yeah.
you go. But a lot of
Okay.
people think they do
Let
okay
me
with it.
I'm gonna hook into you, Mary, and then I'm gonna go from you to Eileen. So
Okay.
here we go. Here comes my laser beam from Sweet Home Alabama, heading up to you in Massachusetts. All right, got you. Going from you down to Eileen. Eileen, I'm talking to Mary. May I scan you energetically? She wants to know what that means, which is pretty typical. She's like, "Well, what does that mean?" All right. So, Eileen, I'm like a human MRI, and spirit works through me and with me to help you heal yourself. We can do an energetic healing on you. She said, "Whatever works." She's game for whatever works. Okay. So, shooting energy there, going into her heart. It's the hologram that's her in my mind's eye. It was turned around, so I'm looking at her from behind. And I'm going in there to see what's going on with that. We're just going to roto-rooter her heart and get it all cleaned up. And so now the hologram in my mind's eye of her has been turned around to the front. Imagine there's a spiral. Think of a pinwheel, Mary, or think of the Milky Way galaxy. And it's spinning in a clockwise direction, and it's cleaning out her heart, and it's cleaning out all of the plumbing around her heart, for lack of a better term. I can see where the valve is. That looks all right. She's got another valve that looks a little shady to me, looks a little shaky. Valves look to me like doggy doors. On a door, and the dog can go in or out, that it's kinda like a flap that happens, but on heart valves, we only want it to go one direction. So, I'm watching a new valve get put in, not for the one she had replaced, for another one that looks like it's not performing properly. We've got that. I'm watching electrodes get put on her heart, and we're gonna just kinda like charging a battery in a car. That's what this reminds me of. Now
Yes,
remember,
much like that.
all of these all of these analogies that I describe are ways for spirit to give us a human frame of reference for the healing that's happening. And when we envision that healing, that vision has the energy in it that helps integrate into the body, whether it's ours or somebody else's. So I want you to picture what I'm describing, and everybody listening, picture it too, because we're all sending Eileen healing energy. And it's how spirit works. It's fascinating to me. I don't know that I've ever heard the car analogy of charging her heart like if you got a dead battery and you hook up another car with those cable things, that's what I'm watching happen, but it's being hooked up to electrodes that are put on the front of her heart in a circle on the perimeter. So those are energy. There's energy spinning from electrode to electrode, going front ways, back ways, and then once it's recharged, it's gonna, um those electrodes pop off. I just watched something else that reminds me of my phone charger that just went into her heart, and it's an energetic battery that's right next to her heart that doesn't have to be external. So it's an analogy again for the healing that's happening, but not only was her heart recharged like a car battery being jumped, but also there's a backup power supply to her heart that was just installed. I haven't ever seen that before, which I
Hmm.
love because it appeals to my inventor brain when I get to see new stuff. And then when I see new devices get used in healings, it's like they're in my bag of tricks, and I'll see them with other people. But this is the first time I've seen that. So um, I'm getting that it will be successful. The question is, she's trying to determine whether or not she wants to deal with it.
Yeah,
That's the big thing that I'm getting. Is that what you're hearing from her?
that's, yeah,
Yeah. She's
vast
not
concern.
dying. She's not dying at the moment. Her spirit's very much in her body because I wouldn't be able to scan her if she
Mhm.
was. She's not in any of the phases of transition. Do you know what I'm talking about with that?
Yeah, but I said it's such a mental thing to think of, to go through all this and how it's all gonna work in her life. It's just, it's
Yeah, it's a
that's the
lot.
thing that is, yes.
Yeah. So that's what I get she's grappling with, is trying to decide whether she wants to mess with it or not.
Mhm. She doesn't
So,
like
yeah,
medical stuff at all.
I don't blame her. Sounds like she's been through a lot. So, I hope that helps. Yeah, let
Well,
us know how she does.
I know it will. Thank you, and thank you for superb. I'm gonna keep that in mind.
Superb. Yeah, absolutely.
Thank you.
Okay, take care. Bye, husband. Thanks for letting
Bye.
us use
Thank you.
thanks for
Thank
letting
you
us
very
use your
much for
machine.
thank you very much for your presence in the world.
Oh, God bless you. Thank you.
Back at
Oh,
you.
and thanks for letting us use your machine, also known as your computer. I love that. All right, AskJulieRyanShow.com if you wanna have a conversation with me. We're at Ask Julie Ryan on the YouTube live stream. Samantha's over there helping people. Just put your first name, where you're located, and your question in the chat, and we'll be taking questions from both places. Stay with us. In a few minutes, we're gonna announce who the winner is of the class. Remember to leave a review, and then you're entered into the drawing. Also, if you know somebody that you think would enjoy the show, or they've got something going on with them, please share the show with them. I always hear from people that oftentimes I'll hear, somebody shared your show with me and I listened to it and I had something going on and you did a healing on somebody and it worked on me too just by listening. So back to the when you envision what the healing is that's being transferred from spirit through me and with me to whoever the person is, when you picture that, that's that energy coming into your body as well. So, yeah. Chris, you want to put that back up again? He flashed something here. I think it was the scholarship. There we go. Yeah, great. AskJulieRyan.com /class if you want to apply for the Angelic Attendant Training Scholarship. That's my big buffet of consciousness, buffet of psychicness training, and it's a whole weekend. It's live. It's on Zoom, and so come join us. Whether you win the scholarship or not, come join us. Thanks, Chris. All righty, let's see who's next. Chris is flashing banners at me. It was so fast I couldn't read it. All right, Kate in Colfax, California, hubby with acute pancreatitis. Ouch, that's causing atrial fibrillation. Any insights for him? Yeah. All right, Kate, here we go. I'm going to hook into you. I'm going to go into your husband. Laser beam heading from Sweet Home, Alabama, out to California. Got you. Going from you to your honey. Got him. All right. Hologram in my mind's eye, turning him around, looking at the pancreas. Looks like a raw hamburger. So what we've got is anti-inflammatory energy on there first, because inflammation looks like red fog on body parts. And now we've got antibiotic energy being applied. That looks like a fuchsia colored fog to me, more pink than purple. So that's being applied. And in the meantime, what we're going to do is we're going to work on his heart. That healing I just did on Irene in Pennsylvania, same thing. We're going to see if we can get his heart back into sinus rhythm. So there are electrodes placed on the perimeter of the heart. I've watched this healing thousands of times. On the edge, on the front, there's an electrical current that goes from electrode to electrode, and I'll see it spin in a clockwise direction, and then I'll see it spin in a counterclockwise direction, clockwise, counterclockwise. It's going to go back and forth like that for a minute or a few seconds or a minute. And then once it's done and he's back in sinus rhythm, which is the normal, heartbeat rhythm, then those electrodes just pop off and they disappear. So it's still spinning. We've got that going on. In the meantime, the antibiotic energy is on his pancreas, and we're going to clean out his pancreas. So back again, think of the Milky Way galaxy. That pinwheel is spinning in his pancreas. And as it comes around on the right and underneath on the bottom and up the left, it throws out any kind of sludgy stuff that's in there. So we've got the infection being treated, we're cleaning it out, and his heart's still going back and forth. So let's give it another few seconds, and that just popped off. All right, those electrodes just popped off. It's so fun to watch that. It's just like, eject, and then they just disappear. So I hope that helps, Kate. Give him our love, and thank you for letting us help him. Remember, the healing happens on the energetic level. It's going to integrate into the body. That's all predicated on what that person's soul wants to explore and experience in this lifetime. Because always remember, nobody ever heals anybody else. Ever, 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 ever. We all heal ourselves. You go to the emergency room with a big cut on your leg, they're going to stitch it up, but the doctor doesn't make your skin grow back. You make your own skin grow back. So no doctor, no medical provider, no healer, no anybody ever heals anybody else. We all heal ourselves. And the body's miraculous what it can heal. We're just here to help you heal yourself. And that's what we're doing. Okay, let's see who's next, Chris. Hello, Kim. I can't hear you, honey. You got to unmute, please.
Hello, thank you.
Thanks for joining us. Where are you? Where are you located?
I'm in Santa Rosa, California.
Oh, beautiful. Wonderful wine country, right?
Yep.
Right there. Yeah, great. How may I help you?
I've had a flare-up of IBS. I've had it most of my life, but this one's different. It's going back and forth between the two ends of the spectrum, and I'm up most nights in the middle of the night multiple times and not getting great sleep. And I know my body's not getting the nutrients it needs because it's just crazy. And I would love to have a little insight as to what's happening and maybe a little healing if that's possible.
Sure. When you say it's going back and forth, like you're either stopped up or if you've got the runs, is that what you're talking
Yeah,
about with it? And you're up in the middle of the night with the runs. God bless
yeah,
you. All right. So be sure you're getting tons of water.
I am
Be
doing that.
sure get some electrolytes in them in the water,
Yeah,
which is going to
doing
help.
that.
Beam Minerals, beamminerals.com/Julie Ryan, or go on my website, askjulieryan.com, go to the sponsors page. And there's a blue bottle and it's got the mineral component, and then there's a green label bottle, and that's electrolytes. So do the minerals once a day, but then do the electrolytes. I would do that several times a day, especially while you still have the runs, so
Okay.
you can stay hydrated. Here we go. Here comes my laser beam from Sweet Home, Alabama. Did this come in all of a sudden, come on all of a sudden, or?
The flare up, yeah. I tend to be more constipated my whole life, and I've never had this other part before. So it is
Okay.
very sudden, but it won't go away. It's been going on
Yeah.
for 6 weeks now.
Oh, geez. And
Yeah.
you don't know if it was precipitated by something, like you ate something, or it just kind of came on. Have you been sick? Have you been on antibiotics or anything like
Nope.
that? Steroids? No?
Nope.
Okay. All right. Here we go. Laser beam, Sweet Home, Alabama to California, got you shooting energy from your feet up through the top of your head. Do you have a mold issue in your home or your office? Do you have a
No,
leak that you know of?
no,
Do you work in your home or do you work outside in the home?
I don't work.
You don't work.
So I'm
Mm.
at home.
You're a lady of leisure. Okay.
Yeah, kind of. I'm retired.
Fabulous. Great. Okay. I'm seeing mold in your system. That's why I'm asking. You got mold someplace. And mold causes leaky gut and yeast overgrowth, which you also have. So, what we talked about with our first caller, Tamara,
Mhm.
same thing for you. Low on the food chain, stay away from sugar, stay away from anything refined, stay away from fermented things, get on some nice statin. I would really think about what's going on in your home. Mold can be behind walls and we don't even know it's there. Do you have anywhere in your home that smells kind of musty or smells like a wet mop or a wet dog?
No, I live in a 5-year-old home, so
That
it's
doesn't
pretty
matter.
new.
Brand new
Yeah,
stuff can have mold.
there's no mustiness.
Okay. All right. Do you have a crawl space underneath your home or do you have a crawl space attached to your home?
We do have a crawl space underneath one bedroom.
All right. Do you have any ventilation or anything in there? What's going on in
Yeah, there's
there?
ventilation in there. Yeah.
Okay, but your HVAC isn't in there in your crawl
Part
space.
of it is actually, part of it
Okay.
is.
You need to get that checked. That's where it's coming from. That's what I'm hearing from spirit. So have a company come out and look at it and they'll say, well, we put plastic in there and stuff. If you got a crawl space, especially if you've got HVAC stuff going in there, air conditioning or heat or any of that, what happens is it's moldy under there. You can't help it. And then it's distributing the mold spores around your house just from the ventilation. So I would get somebody in there to check it. And that came in, you know,
Okay.
you crawl space, something like that. Yeah.
Okay. Thank
Yeah.
you.
So you bet. Hope you feel better. In the meantime, get on some nice statin, do that diet, and get on the beam minerals. And you're going to feel like a new woman very soon.
Okay. Thank you so much.
Okay. You bet.
Appreciate
Thanks
you.
for joining us. Hope you feel better. Oh, goodness. I have a client who has a crawl space underneath her whole house. And I says, your HVAC in there. And she had mold, and her daughter had mold, and her husband had mold. I said, do you have a crawl space? And she said, yeah, underneath my whole house. And I said, is your heating and air conditioning down there? And she goes, I don't know. So she called to her husband and he said, yeah. And they had somebody come out like 2 or 3 days later. It was so full of mold down there because it was dirt. And then the heating and air conditioning was in there. All those mold spores went into their heating and air conditioning, and it was pumping it through the whole house. That's the same thing that's going on with Kim. So get somebody out there, Kim, and they'll fix it for you. Okay, Chris, who's next? It's Helen from the UK. Hi, Helen. Thank you for staying up late, you sweet thing. It's middle of the night for you. Could you please give me a body scan? Is my heart wearing out, and is my liver okay from all the medications? All right, here we go. Here comes my laser beam from Sweet Home, Alabama, heading across that big pond known as the Atlantic Ocean. All right, got you. Shooting energy from your feet up through the top of your head. It's going to your liver first, Helen. And so we're just going to clean it out. Healthy livers look to me pink. They look like pink tissue. And when a liver has a lot of toxins in it and isn't working properly, it can look brown, kind of brownish, like it's got, just toxins in it. So again, Milky Way galaxy, the spiral is spinning. And as it spins, and again, as it comes down on the right underneath and comes up on the left, it throws out this sludgy stuff. It reminds me of when I was a kid and we'd go to the beach and we'd be on the boardwalk and they'd be making fudge, like chocolate fudge, and they'd take the sugar and the butter and the chocolate and they'd pour it after it's cooked. It's hot and they'll pour it into a pan to let it harden before they cut it. That's what it looks like. It just looks like fudge has been cooked that hasn't solidified yet, coming out of your liver. How's your heart? Your heart needs a tune-up too. So again, same thing. That spiral of energy is cleaning out your heart as well to get that going. Yeah. So valves look okay. We're rotor-rootering the whole cardiovascular system there. Got that going too. It's not calling for cleaning out all of your arteries and veins and stuff throughout your whole body. It's just around your heart. So got that going. So I hope those help with you. And again, this is like a Beam Minerals show tonight. I would do the Beam Minerals. That will help detox your liver and also give you the minerals you need to be healthy. So I hope that helps. Thanks for staying up late. Sweet dreams. Go to bed. Go to bed now. So I love it when we get people joining us from faraway places, and I'm so honored that you're up in the middle of the night. All right, AskJulieRyan.com. AskJulieRyan.com, excuse me. If you want to have a conversation with me, we're at Ask Julie Ryan on the YouTube live stream. A lot of AskJulieRyan.coms and show.com and .com/class.com/trainings. I mean, there's lots of slashes there. Chris, let's take one more caller and then we'll announce who the winner is of the class. You can get your percussion session all tuned up. Let's see who's next. Hi, Elisa.
Hi.
How are
This is my first time on this show.
Oh, well, welcome. We're delighted to have
Thank
you
you.
join us. Where are you?
I'm in Oak Park, Illinois, a suburb of Chicago.
I know, the Oak Park Mall. I know it well.
Yeah.
It's a big, fancy one. Okay, how may I help you? You sound like you have a cold.
Yeah, I kind of do right now. It came like yesterday, but right now I went to the doctor on Monday and found out my iron levels are extremely low. My ferritin levels at 4, and my periods are just very heavy and irregular the past 3 or 4 months. So I'm just dizzy, short of breath. I'm on the verge of anemia. So I just wanted some insight, input, maybe a scan, you know.
Yeah. Yeah. All right, here we go. Here comes my laser beam from Sweet Home, Alabama, heading to you over in Oak Park, Illinois. Got you, shooting energy. How young are you?
I'm 37.
All right, you're in perimenopause.
Okay.
Okay, so that's why your periods are wonky and all of that. When a woman is in perimenopause, or menopause, which means you haven't had a period for a year, she looks like a wilting plant that needs to be watered. So I'm shooting energetic estrogen into you, and you perked right up like a plant that's been watered. what you want to look into is bioidentical hormones. Are you familiar with those? Have you ever heard the term?
No.
Bioidentical hormones. They're exactly what our bodies make when we're young and fertile and popping out babies. And as we age, our hormone levels diminish. And Mother Nature says, oh, we don't really need her anymore because she's not propagating this species. So we can fool Mother Nature, make her think we're 25 when we're 38, like you, or 66, like me. And bioidentical hormones are the exact molecular composition of what our bodies make when we're young and fertile. Those are the ones you want. Synthetic hormones have extra molecules added to their formulas so they can be patented. And the body's going, what the heck is this? Because it's made from pregnant horse mare urine. They get the estrogen from pregnant horse mares. And unless hay is one of your favorite food groups that you like to eat, I don't recommend that. So what you wanna do is call a couple of compounding pharmacies in your area. Do you know what that
Okay.
is? You ever heard that term, compounding pharmacies? Compounding pharmacies are pharmacies that make the prescriptions from scratch for each individual
Okay.
client. They're not pouring a bunch of pills out of a big bottle into a smaller container like a CVS or a Walgreens. So you wanna just do an internet search, put your zip code in there, put compounding pharmacies, you'll get several of them that'll pop up, especially
Okay.
in your area because it's so
Mm.
populated. And then what you wanna do is call them and ask them who's doing bioidentical hormones, who's prescribing them through their pharmacy, and then ask them if there are any gynecologists. That's my
Okay.
preference, Elisa, because gynecologists are experts on girly parts, number 1. Number 2, all of your consults and your blood tests and stuff are gonna be covered under your insurance. So, it's gonna help you with that too. So, you
Okay.
this will help you a lot. And you wanna do estrogen, testosterone, and progesterone. Think of those as the holy trinity. You wanna do all 3. Don't do progesterone. People who don't have a uterus don't need progesterone, but you want at least the estrogen and the testosterone. And that's gonna help with your periods too.
Okay.
So, you're not gonna feel
Okay.
like you're in a slasher movie
Yeah.
when what's happening. Yeah, yeah, that's what I hear a
Okay.
lot. Women will say, "Oh my god, I feel like I'm in a slasher movie or something with these periods." Also,
Yeah.
I get that if the doctors wanna do an infusion of iron, that would be fine. Are they talking
Okay.
about that?
They haven't called me back and it's been almost 72 hours.
Okay. Yeah.
But I've been researching and yeah, so we'll wait. I'm just waiting for them to call me back, but yeah.
When you get on the hormones, you are gonna have a new lease on life. I've been on them for 22 years this year.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
They keep your brain healthy, your bones healthy, your heart healthy, your skin healthy. They protect you in a multitude of ways, and, Bobby Kennedy and the guys at HHS said in the fall that denying women hormones for the last 30 years was one of the most egregious forms of malpractice in the
Mhm.
history of American medicine. So,
Oh, yeah.
you know, yeah, yeah, you wanna look
Yeah.
into those bioidentical hormones. So I hope you feel better.
Thank you.
You're
Thank you.
welcome. Thanks for joining us. Okay,
Mhm.
Chris, we're ready for a drum roll. We'll announce the winner here. Here we go. Okay, sounds good. I like that symbol at the end. Jen Belluomo has won this. Jen Belluomo. She says, I'm a relatively new listener to your podcast. I began listening about a month ago and I've been going backwards through the list. Well, there's like 765 of them. So that'll take you years to go through the list. But thank you for going back through the list. She says, I listen in the car. I listen while I'm grocery shopping. I listen when I'm folding laundry or cooking dinner. I'm hooked. You are amazing. So, Jen Belluomo, Belluomo, you have won a free Angels and Enlightenment training class. And so that again is my online self-paced class. You're going to love it. It comes with free practice groups. I misspoke. Comes with practice groups. The only free practice groups are with my big training, the angelic attendant training. The online self-paced training, the practice groups are $10 a piece. And that money, all of it goes to my facilitator, who's a graduate of my big class. And we have several of them a week, and they're a blast. And that's when your skills really ramp up. So just go to askjulieryan.com and you'll see a button on the homepage that says Ask Julie a Question. Just say, hey, I won the class tonight. I was listening to the show, and my assistant Rachel will help you, and we'll get you all set up. The practice groups are the secret sauce, you guys, on all of the trainings, because you can watch a video, you can read a book, you can go to a lecture, but until you're doing it and you get validation for what you're getting, which you will get in the practice groups, then the more you do it, the more you trust it. The more you trust it, the more validation you get, and it's just second nature. So the practice groups are key to any kind of training that I offer because I know how important they are. And I think that's what separates my trainings from others. Certainly we can learn something from everybody, but most people don't have the wherewithal to do the trainings. But I have hundreds of people that have been through angelic attendant trainings in the past several years. We're going to actually, the one in May is number 25. And so everybody who's a facilitator is so fabulous. You guys are going to love them. So just send us a note, Jen, and congratulations on winning a class. Okay, Christopher, who's next? Hello. Hi, Erica. Gotta unmute, please. Hello. She's trying to figure out how to unmute, so we'll give her a
Okay.
minute. There you
Is it on?
go.
Yes, hi.
Hi, where are you?
I'm in Denver, Colorado.
Denver. You're so
Yes.
elegant. My
Well,
goodness.
thank you.
Look
Oh,
at you.
I
How
don't
may
know
I help
about that.
you? Oh, I do. Can you
I
move
have
over a
talked,
little bit? Move over just a little bit so you can be in the center. There you go. Perfect.
yes,
Stay
I've
right up.
talked to you a couple of times in the past,
Yeah.
and I have macular degeneration,
Okay.
and I just had an injection today again. And I am hoping for another treatment from you because I'm still dealing with these vision problems that are just driving me crazy.
I'm so sorry. Okay. All right. So we've done a healing on you
Yes,
before. Yeah.
yes,
So I'm going to hook into you. Here we go. Comes my laser beam from Sweet Home, Alabama, heading to you in Denver. Got you. Shooting energy. It's going to your right eye first, Erica. So I'm looking in there. What we did before was we scooped out a big portion of the middle of your eyeball, like with
right.
a little thing that looked like a melon scoop. A melon
Okay,
scooper.
yes.
Let's say your
Yeah,
eyeball was Jell-O. Do you remember
yes,
that? And we
yes, I
scooped it
do.
out.
Yes, I
So
remember.
there's a smaller scooper that's being used now.
It's the
So
left
but
one. That's the worst
okay.
one.
All right. Well, I just follow where the energy goes first, and it went
Okay.
to the right eye. And sometimes it'll go to the side of the body that's doing the heavy lifting.
Uh-huh.
So, we work on that first, and then we go to the one that needs more help. All
Yes.
right. So stay still. You're perfect. Stay still right there. And stem cell energy going in. It's left a divot, stem cell energy, light amber colored gel, sparkles, dippity doo. There's a vortex spinning above. Now, let's go to the left eye and see. It's a bigger area that's being scooped out again, Erica. So
Yes.
I have melon ball scoopers that have different size scoops on each end of them. So we're using the opposite end of the melon ball scooper, like as an
Uh-huh.
energetic surgical instrument, ophthalmic surgical instrument. So scooping that out Again, stem cell energy going in. You got vortices spinning outside of each eye. I'm going to tighten the muscles behind your eye. They look good. They just needed like a little bit of tightening. And it
Good.
reminds me of a horseback rider holding the reins from both sides of the horse in one hand. And so that's what happens when we tighten the muscles to help you see close up. So now I'm watching your eyes get put into focus. That when you put your face up against that device that they put
Yeah.
different strengths of lenses, in the
Yes.
doctor's office, in the eye doctor's office, that's what it looks like. And so I'm watching it, the dials get turned so that we can focus it more and get that going. Okay, so it's coming into focus easier on the right side. Is that the side you said was better than the left? The left was the one
Yes.
with the problem?
Yeah.
Okay. The left, I'm watching drops of stem cell energy get put in on top of the actual stem cell energy, which I don't know that I've ever seen that before. So that's interesting. And it's it's not gelatinous. It's not a gel like the stem
No?
cell energy. It's a liquid stem cell, but it's the same
Uh,
color. It's kind of a light amber color and it has sparkles in it, but it's liquid.
yeah. Huh.
Yeah. So we did
I'll
that.
take it
So hopefully
anyway.
that'll help. Yeah, hopefully that'll help with the tune-up. I know those shots must be so awful that you have to get.
Well, I'm in a clinical study, so um, there are a lot of other procedures beforehand. They do all these tests, and so many different drops, and my eyes get so sore and tired.
Mm,
Um, and I don't know. It's a blind study, so I don't know which part I'm in.
yeah.
Um, but I have not noticed any improvement.
Okay.
Apparently, they say it's stable, but there hasn't been any improvement that I've noticed.
Mhm. Yeah. Well, I'm watching you look fabulously through both eyes. So the healing's happened on the energetic level again. It's going to
Okay.
integrate into your body and we can stay 3 steps ahead of it, ahead of the
Yes.
degeneration. So the fact that it hasn't changed and you're stable is a huge win in
Yes,
itself.
I
Yeah.
think so too. But
Yeah.
I still really love to have your help. Thank you so much.
Absolutely. I'm delighted. Delighted. Alrighty. I hope it kicks in soon and I hope your
Keeps
vision improves.
working. Yes.
Okay.
Thank you, thank
Alrighty.
you, thank you. I watch your programs a lot and I just love your work.
Oh, God bless
Thank you
you.
so
Thank you
very
for that.
much. Yes.
Alrighty. You too. Have a great evening.
Okay. You too. Thank you.
All right, Chris, I think we have time for one more caller or somebody from YouTube. Here we go. Julie. Hi, John from Denver. Well, we just had another Denver. I just
Just a
discovered
Denver.
this
Yeah.
show. Yeah. Just now, my dog, Hades. Your dog's Hades? Oh my God, that's hilarious. Has swelling on his front leg above his foot. Ruled out bone tumor. What is it and how can we take care of it? Okay, here we go. Laser beam, Sweet Home, Alabama to John. John, I'm so glad you're joining us. Wonderful. Okay. I love your dog's name. That's hysterical. All right. Swelling on his front leg above his foot. All right. I can see it. It looks like a benign tumor. It looks like, and I see this on humans, John. Looks like it has cheese whiz inside of it, for lack of a better term, but it's got this like uh looks like cheese whiz. It's this kind of sebaceous, um, gelatinous kind of stuff in it. So what I'm watching it get removed. It's not cancerous. It's just got this um, liquid in it. If they drained it, did your vet talk about doing that? That could happen, was what I'm watching. Yeah, because I just saw it get cut, and for those of you that don't know what cheese whiz is, because you're too young, it's like cheese in a can that they had when I was a kid, and you'd squirt the top kind of like a shaving cream can, and it would come out and you could put it on a cracker or something. It was like total chemicals. It was so terrible to eat, but we didn't know that back then. But that's what it looks like inside of your dog. So getting that removed, I'm watching stem cell energy go in to patch that up. And I'm watching an energetic ace bandage get wrapped around your dog's upper leg. Not upper leg, the leg, like right above where his foot is, kind of like an energetic ace bandage. And the interesting thing about the ace bandages when they're energetic, you guys, is that they get wrapped around the body part, like this dog's leg, and then they just soak right into whatever the body part is. Like, so the ace bandage got wrapped around this dog's leg, and then it just soaked right in, and I can't see it anymore, which is interesting. Unlike ace bandages that we use. So I would talk to the vet about call it. It looks to me like a sebaceous cyst is what I would call it. So I think your dog's going to be just fine. Thanks for joining us. Please come back again and join us another time. And thanks for letting us work on your dog. Okay, everybody, that's it for this. It's always so much fun. I never know who's calling. I never know what your questions are going to be. I never know what Spirit's going to say or what the healing's going to look like. Please share this with anybody that you think would enjoy it or could use a healing. And I'll see you back here next week. Come join my live, askjulieryan.com/live, Tuesday night, 8 to 10 Eastern. See you there. Bye, everybody. Sending you lots of love from Sweet Home, Alabama. Mwah! To enhance your spiritual journey, click on one of the videos below. And remember to subscribe, leave a comment, and share this episode with your family and friends.